Yeah, what's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Bobby Ross for forgoing his new Utes nappies to put your man the YB. Listen, Bobby Ross donated coins. He said, "Here, YB, I had my first and only child recently." Bash. So wait there a minute. Let me get this straight. This is the peak of degeneracy, folks. Yeah, this dude here has bumped his son or daughter's nappies so that the YB can lose it gambling. Bash! Bash! Nah, salute General. Respect that. I'll tell you, like, I don't really respect it. Betfair. Come on, people. Yeah, Betfair, respect your donation, because that's where it's headed. You best believe it. And whilst we're on that note, this video today is about Dillian Whyte and Slow Joyce. And I hate to say it, I've already got a tenner on. Bash! We got a tenner on Slow Joyce, man. The odds are stupid. Dillian Whyte's a big favourite. Joyce is a 2.1 to 1 underdog. So you put a tenner on Joyce, you get £21 profit back. Bash! Anyway, let's cut to the video. We've got two things to cover in the press conference. Dillian Whyte and Joyce, and then Richard Riakporhe and Okoli. And I got to give it to Okoli. Okoli came with the bars, I'm not going to lie. Okoli watched my videos. Let's call a spade here. He watched my videos. Plus my flowers. I'm tired of this now. I'm tired of people taking my bars. Too many man in this game, yeah. Take my bars and then give no credit nowhere. Where the credit's at? Stop playing with me. Anyway, here we go. Here's Dillian versus Joyce.
Lots of big guys up here. It's me a lot of knockouts. And the 5th of April. George says he's a knock me out. We'll see. You know, listen. Only thing George is very good at putting people to sleep, but not by knocking them out, because he's so fucking boring. He's the only man I know who can put coffee to sleep. Boring.
That was dead, Dillian, to be fair. If you're going to drop the boring bar, you got to make sure it hits. That bar was there. Oh, he puts coffee to sleep. Really? That's weak, man. That's weak. Super duper weak with it.
That's fuck. Great fuck.
Some super duper weak yardie bars, man.
Yeah, but
where they find them corny yardie bars at, man? Get him out of here.
Boring guy. So boring.
Oh, that's cool. You bring the jokes.
What?
You're bringing the jokes, yeah?
Say that again?
Comedian.
Say that again? Yeah, there you go.
Anything to add?
You're talking, bro. Carry on. As long as you can keep speaking for. Go on. Say something, bro.
Huh?
Say something.
You say something. I thought you was,
Bro, I'm giving you the
gonna
stage
wrap
to
up what
speak,
you're
bro.
saying, what all the,
I'll give you the
the
stage
waff
to
that
speak.
you're chatting about.
Give me the
Anyway,
stage
we're
to
gonna
speak,
have a big fight, and I'm gonna punch you in the face. You're gonna try and punch me in the face, but I'm gonna win at the end of the day.
That statement sounds so convincing and so eloquent.
Yeah, I'm confident in my abilities.
I don't know how hard it is, man. How hard is it? Bear in mind, these guys are fighting anyway. It's not like they're brand new to the game and they're worried about, oh, I don't want to say too much in case it gets left. Yeah? As particularly in these two individuals' career, where they're at in it, if that makes sense. Joe's got nothing to lose at this point. Yeah? What Joe has to do is, you see you cross-lip yardie, you are getting it. You went live... you went life and death with 70-year-old Purple Aki. Never mind me. Yeah? You got Purple Aki's uncle problems. Stop playing with me, Dillian. Bash. How hard is it to stay in bars? How hard is it, man? Come on. Well, I believe in my ability. Joe. That's amateur talk. That's how they talk in the amateurs, right? If they talk at all, it's like, yeah, well, he's a great fighter, and I believe in my abilities. That's dead, man. Come on. He had a stinker with Tete. And before I put my tenner on, I watched the fights back, the highlights at least. Joyce and Chisora, and Dillian Whyte and Tete. Dillian Whyte had nothing coming back. That Tete dude, Purple Aki's brother-in-law, come on, people. He was useless. Yeah, we now know Chisora's not as shot as we thought he was ultimately. Yes, Joyce shouldn't have lost. Yes, Joyce wouldn't have lost in his prime. The point is that if you watch that fight, Joyce was backing up Chisora all night. Who does that really? Usyk didn't. Oops. Dillian Whyte was puffing against a Zimbabwean zombie in there. Yeah, some monkeypox looking ass. That dude had monkeypox. Stop playing with me. He had Ebola. That's what he had. That's a fact. There's no way that dude there, Ebenezer Tete, was healthy. He had Ebola, for sure. The first documented case in Gibraltar. Fact, I'll bring it to you right now, leaked. Yeah? He had monkeypox, and he had Ebola for sure. You best believe it. He had one of them new strains of Ebola. He was like, like a zombie in there. Stop playing with him, man. Washed up. So, I got Joyce. Yeah. He's slow as, but Dillian was slow. I swear down. I was watching the highlights on my phone. And when I watch videos on the internet, I speed them up to 1.5. And I forgot I sped it. I forgot I sped up the other videos I was listening to earlier in the day. I put on Dillian Whyte versus Tete. I thought, what? This is still quite slow. I checked it. And it was on 1.5. Dillian's getting punched up, man. Seriously. He's getting proper punched up. Joe's going to punch him up. Yeah? Joe's going to punch him up. So, Joe, speak how you feel. If you believe in your ability, the opposite end of that is you're finished. Right? I believe in my ability, but outside of that, you're finished. How about that? Talking about yourself in this game's dead. You have to talk about your opponent. And let's not forget here, you'll hear in a second, Dillian Whyte doesn't have a problem roasting Joe. Do you know what I mean? Here we go.
I never say you wasn't, bro. Why you defending yourself and telling me that? I don't care if you're confident or not. Listen, I always come to fight, you know. I never say I was the best fighter in the world, but I come to fight. I don't come to fuck around, and that's it. I come to fight. Nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change. I've always come to fight. Everyone I fought, I've hurt them, I knocked them down. Even the guys I lost, I've hurt them. So it's nothing new. Nothing's gonna change.
Joyce put up an Instagram post a little while ago. It was like a nice little promo video talking about how he's coming back. Dillian, you were there in the comments. I've seen it as a top comment, and you said, "Bro, you got to start moving your head or keep your hands up. Just some friendly advice." Was that friendly advice or a bit of a dig?
It was friendly advice because his main defense is to keep getting hit until he get tired, and then he tries to
To be fair, that's a good point. But Dillian, man, Povetkin's old ass washed you, man. Stop playing with me. Povetkin washed your ass. Sparko. Yeah. Zhang. Okay, Joyce got clipped by Big Bang. Big Bang, a bangle, Big Bang. He's good though. He is sharp. You can't play with Zhang. You've got to be on your P's and Q's. Povetkin, put Joyce in there, Povetkin at the time. Come on, people. He'd never get clipped by Povetkin. Probably.
That's his main defense.
I mean, it works.
No, bro, it doesn't work, bro. It doesn't work. That's why they ask the question is like a 15-second silence.
Nice little promo video talking about how he's coming back. Dillian, you were there in the comments. I've seen it as a top comment, and you said, "Bro, you got to start moving your head or keep your hands up. Just some friendly advice." Was that friendly advice or a bit of a dig?
It was friendly advice because his main defense is to keep getting hit until he get tired, and then he tries to That's his main defense.
I mean, it works.
No, bro, it doesn't work, bro. It doesn't work. That's why they ask the question is like a 15-second silence before you answer. It's not working.
I have to say that, yeah. Joe's still in this. I don't know what's wrong with him. He still thinks, yeah, but it works. Oh yeah, leading with my head, Joey. That's over now, buddy. That's over. That's over now, bro. So I don't know who hasn't told you yet. It's probably that corny trainer you still got, Ismail Salas. I don't know who told you that, man, but it's over, bro. Yeah, over, well over, proper over. You walking into shots. Because if it wasn't over, Chisora never would have put you down. Chisora's alright, but come on, people. Come on. That should never happen to Joyce of that level, right?
Clearly it's not working. That's why you just blank out. You're like, yeah. It's not working, bro. It's all good now, but 10 years from now, Jesus Christ. You're going to go to your house. The sat doesn't say you're home. You're like, I don't live here.
Maybe. But I've always been like that. Like, you know, it's for school days or wherever, so I'm used to it.
He used to go home. He used to go into the wrong house on school days.
It's good with the sat nav. It makes it easier. You don't have to get out the A-to-Z and all that.
The A2 what? Bro, you're not that old, bro. No one A2.
Oh yeah, I forgot my you. Like what?
A2.
I don't know what's going on, people. I really ain't got a clue what's going on. I don't know what Joe's doing, man. I don't know what he's doing at all.
Bro, anyway, listen. Joe's a nice guy. You can't hate Joe. I ain't got nothing personal with him, but it's fight. We're here to fight, and that's it, you know.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good fight, man. And you bring a lot to the table, man.
It's going off. It's going to be going off.
Everyone knows. Everyone
I've been waiting for my opportunity, you know. Obviously, last few years have been rough, and it's here, and I'm ready to take it with both hands.
Let's go.
So I mean, he had a 10-second delay before he answered.
It's buffering.
The computer's loading, buffering.
Dillian, you've been ringside for a number of Joyce's fights. I've seen you ringside for the Zhang fights as well. Have you been watching these fights thinking, if I land like that, it would be over?
Yeah, you know what's funny is, yeah, sorry, last time I wore this jacket was...
Dillian, to be fair, bro, hate to interrupt you before you even start spitting. You couldn't get Ebenezer monkeypox Ebola out of the man, right? You couldn't. He quit. Fair enough, he quit. But come on, people, that guy was virally compromised. Yeah, and he was, what's the word I'm looking for? Chronologically compromised as well. His time was like 40 years ago. That's when Ebenezer Teta should have been knocking around 40 years ago. No way near. He's in the wrong timeline, people. When Dillian Whyte fought Ebenezer Teta, he fought him in the wrong timeline, for sure. Right? He was slow, old. He had viruses coming out all over his ass, for sure. Stop playing. Yeah? You could knock him out and you was hitting him clean. So that's what gives me confidence here. I think Dillian Whyte's definitely more shot than Chisora. I think Dillian Whyte would have made a proper meal of Wallin. He made a meal of Tete. As bad as Wallin was, well, Wallin was the worst, but still, like, Wallin isn't shot though. He's just scared to death. If that makes sense. Wallin has it in him. He don't want to pull the trigger. Tete, he didn't have it in him, and he was trying to pull the trigger, but he was proper cooked. Seriously, I don't know how he got sanctioned. I don't know how they gave him a license, to be fair. And even then, you made a meal of it, and you was puffing yourself. And if Ebenezer Tete had anything left, he'd walked you down. Is how it was looking. So
watch him and Zhang fight, I still got the fucking thing in me. Look. I swear to God, last time, look, impressive Zhang, it's crazy. I was like, damn. But yeah, no, of course, obviously, listen, Joe's a big guy.
Good to hold on to some mementos, right?
Huh?
Good to hold on to some mementos.
It's good to hold on to some brain cells too.
Yeah, you're right.
It seems to like letting yours go, but okay.
I'll let a few of yours go too on the night.
Nah, I'm not worried. I got a lot. You haven't got so much left. I got a lot left. Thank God.
If you say so.
Huh? If you say so, okay. No, sorry. Go on.
Mate, I'm excited for this, man.
Me too. It's great. It's great. You know, I've always wanted to fight the best. Joe's one of the best amateurs the UK's ever had. He went to the Olympics. I mean, I had 7 amateur fights. But I come to fight. That's the great thing about it. I like beating these guys because I feel like if I beat him, I take all of his amateur experience and all of his amateur achievements. So it's great for me.
Yeah, it's great when I put a dent in your head, then etc. You know, you got like you're a great fighter.
My head's small, bro. It's kind of hard to hit. You know, I got big shoulders and a tiny head. You got a big head. I can close my eye and still hit.
Come on, Dillian, man. Your head ain't that small because 50-year-old Povetkin knocked it off. He proper knocked it off as well. He was beating his ass. In my opinion, it's worse to get if you're beating someone's ass because he had nothing left. Bash! You was asleep, man. So you ain't got. Honestly, yeah. I'm not sure who's got the most brain cells left. Joe's never, even in his prime, he's never been the most eloquent speaker. So you can't really judge it on his speaking abilities. From what we see in the ring, my objective opinion is Dillian Whyte's more shot. When Joe Joyce was getting in there with Cash Ali and Ebenezer Tete, I think Cash Ali was better. Now Joe should have stopped him kind of thing. He should have been more decisive, but he won every round, is the point. You can argue against Dillian Whyte won every round, but come on, he was struggling. He was proper puffing in there with 70-year-old Tete. Wow.
You're quite a big target too, mate. So,
I know.
You know, it's heavyweight boxing.
I tell him, listen, man, your body. You got a big ball of boost body, man. I'm touching that body. No diddy. Yeah? You might have a little head, but your body's big and soft. Oops. Simple bars, man. Just look. You don't have to look at dude, right? Like if I was fighting, let's say the YB was fighting the YB, I'd say, listen, bash. You see that corny looking light skin wig you got on top of your head? I'm knocking it off. Simple as that, yeah. Boing! It's gonna come bouncing off you by the time I finish with it. You're gonna have a one all over by the time I finish with your ass. You best believe it. Simple as that. That's how you do it, man. You look at what. Come on, people. You look at what you're dealing with here. Dillian, your body's bulbous and soft. Yeah?
But yeah, you've got a lot to bring to the table as well. The power, the experience. You've been in the heavyweight game a bit longer, but you know, it's why we're here, man, to put on entertaining fights, and it is going to be an entertaining fight.
Well, that is a brilliant heavyweight fight. I've just been told I need to apologise for some of the language, Dillian. Just apologies for the language. That will be the main event. I just want to get another quick question in here because I can't ignore that Dillian Whyte is sat next to Lawrence Okoli here, and a few years ago I saw a sparring video go out saying...
Fair play to Dev, man. I like Dev. Yeah, I do like Dev. Most of these presenters, their butts will be tight. They'll be like, oh. These are the bars that need to be put there. Yeah, put out there into the ether. Because a lot of these fighters, they don't want to do their own work, if that makes sense. So I rate Dev for bringing it up. And he also said, when Adelele was speaking, he said, Adelele, you're up here with other heavyweights who you may fight in the future. If you've got anything to say, pipe in there. Obviously, Adelele didn't step up, but I like that. That's how I spoke. End of the day, you're trying to sell the fight. No matter what no one says, people like Bivol and Beterbiev, they're not the biggest speakers, but you best believe, right? If Beterbiev came out and said, yeah, give him one of them ones, you plumber, yeah? It gets you thinking like, man, gets you rock hard. Or if Bivol came out and said, whatever, it gives a narrative to the fight, bottom line. It feels like there's more at stake. Two dudes being humble saying, well, they're both, he's a great guy and it could go either way. It's like, whatever, we know that anyway. You're telling us what we already know. Anyway, here's the bars.
This is what happens when I slapped about your favourite heavyweight. Lawrence, anything you want to say about that?
What's with that, bro?
But no, in all seriousness, Dylan's a fight that I've always wanted, and I do think win, lose or draw for him, we should still get on.
Fight and talk, that's what we want. And that's what you're going to get on this show. Heavyweight action at its best. Even fights on bait.
So I think Okoli's probably matured. He was wrong, I've got to be honest. He was wrong for clipping it up. I believe if you put sparring out, you put it all out. At least a full round. You don't do the clipping rubbish. Anyone can. I've never had a round of sparring where you couldn't clip something for someone. What's the point in doing that? What does that prove? It don't prove nothing, does it? Or at least put Okoli's best hits and Dillian Whyte's best hits in. When you put it was like 5-10 seconds as well. Like, really? And what a lot of people don't understand is when you're the A side, like Dillian Whyte was then, they bring in an A side will fight maybe, 8-12 rounds, and they've got 4 different sparring partners. So Dillian Whyte might be on round 9 or round 8 or something, and Okoli's getting in there spark fresh, completely different. Yeah, boxing after 6, 7, 8 rounds and boxing spark fresh is, I'd argue, a different sport, completely different. When you're fresh, it's completely different to when you're goosed. Do you understand? So I think Okoli's matured, and either way, he didn't want the smoke, right? If he believed what he put out there, he'd say, listen, yeah, I put the footage out there, I'm on his ass, what is he gonna do? He'll do nothing. Yeah, whether it was right or wrong of me to put the sparring out, what's he gonna do about it? Nothing. 100%. He didn't come with that energy. He's like, well, yeah, Dillian's a great fighter and I'd love to fight him in the future. So don't do that, man. Don't put the corny footage out there unless you're going to back it and say, yeah, I filled you in. And I'll fill you in right now if you want it right now. Do you want it right now or not? You don't want it right now. That's what I thought. That's why I put this footage out. Because you do nothing. Yeah? You would do exactly what you did in the footage. Nothing. That's why I put it out there and muggled you off. Yeah? Okoli went with them bars. Corny ass dude, man. Playing with it.
But I think they got, between all of them, they got a 75% knockout ratio when you add up all the records. This is going to be an exciting night.
Okay, so there's Joyce versus Whyte. Before we get to Riakporhe and Okoli, which was funny as well, I've got to be honest, I'd argue the Riakporhe and Okoli bars are actually funnier than that one there. But before we get to that, the prediction. We've got a tenner on. I'll probably put about 30 quid in this one over the next 2 months. The fight's not until April 5th. So we got time to build some coins in there, see how the odds change and whatnot. But at the moment, I'm very shocked. You put a tenner on Dillian, you make £5 profit back. I don't know who's backing him at them rates. I really don't. I thought the odds were going to be 50-50. And if they were, I wasn't going to touch it. Because that's how I feel it is. It's a 50-50 fight. But Joe Joyce, I actually favour Joe Joyce anyway. But Joe Joyce is a pretty big underdog. It's worth a punt, in my opinion. It's worth a punt. Now, it could be the case that maybe Dillian Whyte was really rusty and hadn't trained for Tete. If so, we might get cucked. To be honest, if Dillian Whyte comes in as sharp as he was even against, what's that guy's name? Franklin. AJ fought this dude called Franklin, Muffin Top. AJ won, but it was competitive. Then Dillian Whyte fights him. Dillian Whyte won and it was somewhat controversial. But that Dillian Whyte, if that guy turns up, he should win. But that's not the guy I saw in there with Tete. He looked like a four round fighter, Dillian Whyte did. A 6-round fighter at best. So over 12 rounds, I've told Joe already, man. Joe needs to come out. Yeah, I DM'd him earlier. I said, Joe, come out, yeah. Give him the Dubois versus Joyce for the first 6 rounds. You've got the range. Light on your feet. Pop him with a jab. Don't put a bunch of weight on. I think Joyce fought Dubois at like 250. Let's have a look. Box Rec, Joe, Joyce. Any minute now. Come on. I think he fought Dubois around 250 pounds. And then for Zhang, he's like 280, 290. He's already slow. He was already slow at 250. Extra weight for what? The narrative that, oh yeah, you're bigger and you're stronger. Massive diminishing returns. I don't believe it myself. If you can't punch hard enough at 250, I don't know what to tell you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. You can punch as hard as you need to punch at 250. All you'll gain from that, being at 250 rather than 280, is your cardio is going to be light years better. Your speed's going to be better. Oh, the strength, YB. All that strength's no good if your gas has run out and or you're slow as molasses, like Joe is. So he needs to go. Look, here we go. Derek Chisora, 281, didn't help him. Cash Ali, 286, didn't help him. 281 against Zhang, didn't help him. He came in 256 against Zhang in the first fight, and he actually did better. Fact, he did better. He come in there like a big pudding and got sparkoed quick. Now, I'm not saying it's direct correlation. Oh, if he comes in lighter, he'll never get knocked out. But there's a trend here. He's sucked when he's been... 30 pounds is a heap of weight, people. Yeah? Heap of weight. Ridiculous amount of weight. Pick a 15 kilo dumbbell up and put it on your back and try and walk around with it. Say you get on. Oops. And it's not like... I remember when he was at 250. At 250, he was lean, but he looked athletic. In all these, even he fought Parker at 271. That was a good performance. So how do you go from 271 to 281? That's another 5 kilo, folks. Again, pick a 5 kilo dumbbell up and put it on your back and walk around. See you get on and try and dance around. No good. Let's have a look at Dubois. Yeah, he fought Dubois. Sorry, I was wrong. He fought Dubois around 260. So 260 seems to be a fair weight for him. That's what he should come in, 260. If I was training him, come in light. Dillian's going to be slow. Yeah, give him the Joyce versus Dubois for the first 6 rounds, i.e. stay on your bike, light feet, pop him with a jab. You're the taller fighter, you got a good jab, don't get too busy with it. Let Dillian Whyte blow his load. Yeah? Win maybe 3 of the first 6, just picking him apart, like you did with Dubois. And then, bash, change levels up in the last half. Yeah? Let Dillian Whyte get used to your boxing, and then bash, round 7 comes, and we're going in. We're storming the beaches of Normandy. Oops. Dillian's going back, whoa! So you've got multiple elements here. That strategy, it bets on your cardio over Dillian's, which I think is the edge, a big edge. Because from what I saw with Tete, he was hanging after the 6 rounds. So if you can get through winning 3 of them, of the first 6, there's no point going in there, Joe, and trying to exchange when Dillian Whyte's fresh and probably quicker than you. What's the point of doing that? What are you trying to prove? Makes no sense. And you can get the stoppage in the back straight anyway. Yeah? There's no point. Joe's too slow to compete with Dillian. Dillian's slow as well, but there's no the point I'm making. Your gas tank's solid. So you have to bet on that. You want to drag the fight out to the later rounds. You don't want to use all the little pop you've got in the first rounds, and then you're slow and he's slow, and it's all a big messy, a bit like Parker and Dillian Whyte. That's how you don't want it to look. You're both just hanging. You want to be building up like Usyk does, like you used to do. Joyce was boxing to a canter against Dubois, right? The difference is, in this Dillian Whyte fight, he doesn't have to be on his P's and Q's for the whole fight. Against Dubois, his butt was tight for all the rounds. In this fight, strategically, you box real tight and loose feet and jab and move. And then the last half, you dig in. Chin down and stuck to your head. Because he'll be a fish food. He'll be fish food at that point, in my opinion. That's your best chance. And even if he's not fish food, even if he does come in better shape, that's still your best chance. Dillian Whyte's renowned for running out of gas. Parker, he was hanging, clinging on. And also, there's even in Dillian Whyte's prime when he fought Fury, there's a precedent for keeping, yes, Fury's longer and quicker than Joyce. And arguably better footwork. But Joe Joyce does all that spinning stuff and that, doesn't he? He does all them cartwheels and that. So the point I'm making, there's a precedent for being able to wear Dillian Whyte out, not doing a lot. Fury was winning them rounds. It was a stinker, but he was winning the rounds. Dillian was getting tired and desperate. And then bash. So that's what you do with Dillian. Yeah? Use your work on your footwork. Come in lighter. Jab him. Play with him like you did with Dubois. And then, if you're comfortable and you feel him fading, if you don't feel him fading and you're thinking, well, I'm winning anyway, then carry on. But if you see him fading, that's when you go Valhalla mode. Don't go in there trying to exchange with Dillian Whyte when he's fresh. I don't know what you're trying to prove to yourself. You can still make it an exciting fight by changing levels up in the back half and sticking it all over him like he robbed something. Anyway, let's get to... Yeah, and I believe the outcome... I think Joyce wins. Even if it was a gunslinger, obviously that reduces Joyce's chances. Because Dillian's... I'm not convinced he's a massive puncher. Look at Chisora versus Dillian 1. And even, to be honest, Chisora versus Dillian 2. Chisora was winning that fight until the ref started taking moody points off. Because Eddie Hearn was sucking Dillian Whyte off at the time. That was his, second star to AJ at the time. Chisora was winning that fight. Yeah? So I'm not convinced. I think a lot of Dillian's shots, they're looping. Although Joe Joyce is a sucker for a looping shot. If you loop over that right hand, you don't see it coming. It should be... I'm trying to think historically, who in heavyweight boxing has got away with just looping shots from their waist? I don't really remember. Not that I'm a historian, but from what I remember, it was the short shots. I don't remember. Dillian's got like an open arm, swinging it over. Leaky deaky defense, man. Joyce ain't doing no hand catching drills. He's just standing out there, so he gets clocked with anything. All you got to do is suck it. Obviously, I'm making it sound easier, but people do it, man. Right? You suck your hand up, suck it to your ear. Well, come on, man. If you get caught with Dillian Whyte's look at the floor, bowl his straight hand over onto your chin, I don't want to see you no more ever again. If you can't it's not rocket science, people. It's really not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Yeah? Parry, catch. Not hard. Not difficult at all. Again, it's simple, me sitting here saying it, but fighters do it is the point. It can be done. This ain't no defense. Standing here like this and just standing here, waiting for it. Yeah, no, man. But let's see how it plays out. It's an exciting fight. Anyway, I've waffled bare long. Oh, half an hour already, people. Maybe I should do another video separately. Because I've been gassing way too long right now. Yeah, I'll do another video. Let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop.